this video is going to be very quick. I'm going to talk about Donnie Darko. That's the movie. If you haven't seen it, please stop the video right now and watch it before watching this video. This movie is incredibly complicated. Some people say that they have to watch it like 10 times to understand it completely. And some people say that they've watched it like 29 times and still they haven't really understood what it means. So my intention here is to give you my personal theory about it, something different from anything you've seen on the internet so far. In order to start telling you about my theory itself, I've got to tell you the story of the movie, but really quickly, you need to watch it. Okay, let's say first there's a guy named Donnie. He's sleeping in his bed, in his bedroom. Then he hears a voice calling him out. So he wakes up and goes outside. When he goes outside, he sees a rabbit. This rabbit has a creepy voice, and he tells him that the world is gonna end in 28 days. And then he smiles like that. As they're talking, a jet engine falls into his bedroom, through the roof, through the ceiling, and it falls onto his bed. So he would have died if he had been on the bed, if he hadn't woken up. So this rabbit, this mysterious rabbit, saved Donnie's life. So he keeps on living. Many things happen during the movie, like 28 days happen.
But I'm not going to tell you what happens, because many important things happen in these 28 days. You really have to watch it.
And maybe I'll make another video explaining every detail of what happens. There are many hidden messages throughout the movie, so you have to watch it. Many things happen during the movie, but one thing that stands out is that he can see what people will do. Yeah, he can predict everybody's every move. Like this, You see something coming out of the person's body like that. Take a look at the image. And that thing that goes and does things before the person does it. So for example, if you're going to the refrigerator, this thing will come out from your stomach or something, and then it will go to the refrigerator before you. And he can see that. It's like a power that he has. Don't worry, I'm going to explain about this power in the future. I'm going to explain it to you. It makes sense. It's important to point out that strange things like that happen all the time in his life, but he never seems to be surprised. He's never surprised at anything. He's rather bored. Yes, if you look at him, he's bored all the time, as if he has seen it many times. He's always bored, like he knows everything that will happen, as if he had lived this life many times. So it's Halloween, then a guy in a rabbit costume accidentally kills his girlfriend by running her over. He then gets the gun and kills him. Again, he's not surprised, he's not terrified, he's not shocked. He just gets the gun and kills him. No remorse. And the costume is exactly the rabbit that saved his life in the beginning of the movie. Coincidence? No, and I'm gonna explain what happened. So he gets his girlfriend's body, he takes it to the top of a hill, and then he looks up, and then he sees a strange thing, a strange formation in the sky, like a wormhole. And then there is a plane. The plane breaks down in the sky, and then the engine falls into this black hole. Let's call it black hole. And this engine goes back in time and falls into his bedroom. Okay, so it goes back in time to the beginning of the movie. Coincidentally, his family is on the plane, so they die. So his girlfriend dies and his family die too. Okay, the engine falls into the black hole and goes back to the past, and this specific time, the rabbit doesn't save him. And this time he's laughing in his bed. He's just laughing like crazy, and then he falls asleep. At this point, the engine falls into the bedroom, falls onto his bed, and kills him. That's how he dies. Okay, and then you see that everybody's alive. The guy who he had killed is alive, his family is alive, and his girlfriend is alive. Okay.
What?
Exactly, it's really difficult to understand the movie the first time you watch it, so you have to watch it like 112 times to really understand it. I've watched it twice, but I got it. I really understood it, and I'm gonna share my theory with you. Okay, the beginning of my theory is really similar to everything else you've seen on the internet. Okay, there is point A and point B. Point A is when he's in his bed, sleeping, first time, you know, and then the rabbit wakes him up. That's point A. And he goes outside and the rabbit saves his life. This is point A. So there are 28 days between point A and point B. Point B is when the engine of the plane falls into the black hole and goes back to the past in the end of the movie. And that's part B. Okay, now the theory. At point B, an anomaly happens in the universe, and then a black hole pops up in the sky, sucking the engine from the plane and taking it into the past, killing Donnie. Okay, let's imagine there's a universe, and let's call it the original universe, the first universe. When the anomaly happens, the engine goes back in time. It kills Donnie, and it happens many times. It happens like, let's imagine, it happened like 890 times in a row. So Donnie dies 890 times in a row, like this. He dies and he dies again, he dies again, because this anomaly created a loop in the universe. So he dies like 890 times. This is just a number for us to understand it better. Okay, let's say this is the theory. There is the original universe. When the engine of the plane falls into the black hole, is sucked into the black hole, another universe is created. From point B, when the anomaly happens, another universe is created. Okay, and then another, infinite possibilities, endless universes are created. But let's say something slightly different happens in the second universe, and something slightly different happens from the first and the second, and in every universe that is created, something different happens. Let's say that in the 891st universe created, Donnie didn't die for the first time. Something happens, he's not in the bedroom, he didn't die. So he lives his life naturally. Okay, and then in the 892nd universe, he didn't die again. The theory is, okay, you need to be familiar with the idea of multiverse. So there are many different universes, there are many different parallel universes. There's the UU, and then there's the U in another universe, so on and so forth. The movie is about the original universe. This original universe in the movie is doomed to be looped because there was an anomaly. Only the first one. We all know that we have consciousness and subconsciousness. The subconsciousness is really active when we are sleeping, for example. So it's below the consciousness. The consciousness thinks logically. The subconsciousness thinks like in a dream. It's not really linear. The subconsciousness is linked. There is you and you here, and there is you in another universe. You share the same subconsciousness. Just your consciousness is different because the consciousness learns with experience. The subconsciousness is something that is linked to you in a different way. There are many theories about this, but I'm not going to talk about these theories. Let's talk about the movie. Because of the knowledge that all his subconsciousness from different universes accumulated, Donnie was able to save himself. When the engine fell for the 892nd time into his bedroom, his subconsciousness from another universe, one that he had survived, reminded him that he had to stand up and get out of there. So he saved himself with the image of this rabbit. His subconsciousness came from the future, from another universe, and saved him, trying to fix this anomaly. And then he could save himself like 1,000 times, but then he realized that every time he saved himself, people that he loved died in his place. So in the end, he sacrificed himself when he stopped saving himself. So he saved his family and girlfriend. They would be able to keep on living. So he was a true superhero.
What the hell kind of name is that? It's like some sort of superhero or something.
What makes you think I'm not?
Please hit the like button if you liked it. If you disagree with me, please leave your comment saying why you disagree with me. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll always bring you crazy theories, something different from what you see on other channels. So Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.